Let's discuss the complexities of the mind, which possesses the remarkable capacity to propel you toward success or ensnare you in cycles of stagnation. I have long envisioned myself as resilient and unyielding, free from the burdens of mental obstacles. Yet, for an extended period, the reality proved quite the contrary. Consider this personal anecdote. I became highly enthusiastic about launching a side business, leveraging my knowledge of sales, marketing, and personal development to provide online coaching services. Each morning I would rise early, fueled by determination, outlining strategies, identifying potential clients, prioritizing initial developments, and envisioning transformative outcomes. In those moments, progress felt inevitable. However, by midday, exhaustion would set in. Subtle doubts would infiltrate. You lack the preparation. Failure is inevitable as it has been before. This endeavor is unrealistic. Momentum would evaporate, leading to unproductive distractions such as endless scrolling through social media platforms, which can intensify feelings of inadequacy. The day would devolve into a repetitive pattern of initial exhilaration followed by collapse, confining me within my own thoughts. Colleagues might remark lightly, "You continue to discuss that ambitious plan. When will action follow?" They perceived it as mere procrastination or overambition. In truth, my commitment was profound, yet I waged an unseen struggle, fearing a future reflection on untapped potential, constrained by mental barriers. A revelation emerged from my exploration. Neuroscience indicates that individuals generate approximately 60,000 thoughts daily, with 80% of these being negative and 95% of them being repetitive. These patterns are embedded in the subconscious, drawn from childhood experiences, societal influences, or accumulated encounters. This is not a sign of personal frailty, but a fundamental aspect of human nature that transforms the mind from an ally into an adversary. Envision the alternative: achieving profound mental clarity, pursuing objectives without incessant self-doubt, thoughts aligned to support advancement, unhindered by anxiety. No longer would sleepless nights be consumed by regrets over derailed aspirations. This is the essence we will explore. I will dispel misconceptions surrounding superficial mindset adjustments, introduce a robust approach to reshaping internal narratives, and outline actionable, progressive steps. Drawing from foundational insights in brain science, belief formation, and overcoming negativity, we present the Subconscious Mastery Framework. This serves as your comprehensive resource to silence doubts and cultivate near-impenetrable resilience. Let us proceed. The underlying mechanisms sabotaging your mind. Many address self-doubt as a trivial inconvenience, applying affirmations or relying on sheer determination, assuming it will pass. This overlooks the deeper dynamics. Such doubts originate in the subconscious, where 95% of thoughts arise from unnoticed inputs, including pervasive social media messages that imply insufficiency, advertisements that exploit vulnerabilities, and the lingering effects of past setbacks. The result is a persistent cycle: ignition of a goal, initial progress, then abrupt interruption by overwhelming skepticism. Observers may label it as indolence, urging, accept reality and move forward. Yet, your efforts are genuine, obstructed by an intangible barrier, which fosters apprehension about a life marked by unfulfilled possibilities. Contrast this with a transformation I observed in a man in his 30s, mirroring my former state, initiating with vigor only to falter. He immersed himself in subconscious principles from authoritative sources, identifying the origins of his beliefs, recognizing detrimental patterns from his formative years, and systematically replacing them. Within 6 months, his enterprise flourished, Revenues increased substantially. His peers acknowledged his determination, and he returned to a restful sleep, free from nocturnal anxieties. He evolved from a peripheral participant in life to its central architect, unleashing potential without hindrance. This insight is profound. Doubt is not misfortune but automated scripts subtly implanted, akin to flaws absorbed unconsciously. The pivotal shift lies in integration rather than confrontation. Merging ancient philosophies with contemporary neuroscience elevates the mind from rigid, doubt-laden perspectives to holistic mastery. As Marcus Aurelius asserted, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Indeed, if the subconscious remains unmanaged, external influences will dominate: marketers, detractors, even well-intentioned associates. The optimal strategy? The subconscious mastery framework. This is not a rigid protocol, but an adaptable blueprint grounded in empirical science, synthesizing core elements, such as the neural wiring of thoughts, environmental distortions, initial control challenges, deep access methods, identification of flawed beliefs, their inversion, and safeguards against regression. It empowers transcendence of barriers, blending psychological depth with philosophical wisdom. Abandon temporary remedies. Address the foundation to transition from manipulated to authoritative. Embrace it, and clarity emerges. Objectives materialize without exhaustive effort, alleviating fears of squandered opportunities. Tailored for contemporary chaos. Challenge its components. Infuse personal adaptations. Ensure alignment. Transform your subconscious renewal into a strategic progression. 5 escalating steps to unyielding mental strength. William James observed, "The greatest discovery of my generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind." Delve further. The subconscious resembles a concealed landscape of beliefs. Neglect to eradicate the adverse and it stifles growth, obstructing your trajectory. These steps are structured as advancing stages in an engaging pursuit. Begin modestly, layer advancements effortlessly, fostering intuitive and rewarding evolution. No daunting overhauls, merely consistent elevation targeting persistent doubts, dismantling skepticism, and forging unwavering clarity. Advance from passive receptivity to decisive command, eradicating self-doubt to pursue ambitions unrestricted. Engage fully. Refine elements as needed. Personalize the process. Reveal your concealed narratives. Initially, illuminate the insidious subconscious convictions that disrupt daily focus, resolving intrusive disruptions by exposing them. Your foundation for a resolute, sabotage-free pursuit of objectives. Core principle. Thoughts are not arbitrary. They are ingrained directives from life's accumulations, but awareness empowers elevation from reactive autopilot to intentional direction. Envision excavating buried relics in a terrain. Remove them, and space emerges for genuine cultivation. Implement. Maintain a journal for 1 week. Record emerging doubts during tasks or strategizing, such as, "I am inadequate," which may be linked to prior dismissals. A participant in my audience applied this, tracing its origins to early experiences, yielding clarity that converted vague unease into actionable targets, resulting in enhanced concentration and eliminating midday declines. Analyze the entrapment mechanisms. Subsequently, discern why mastery eludes grasp, equipping you to shatter anxiety cycles and advance toward aspirations without hesitation. Core principle. Daily exposures introduce distortions via media and habits, but decoding them shifts from vulnerability to autonomy, countering doubt-seeding influences. Regarding the mind as a conduit absorbing ambient elements, purify it. Prioritize beneficial inputs for renewal. Conduct an evaluation. Scrutinize social channels for amplifiers of negativity, such as content that evokes feelings of inferiority or self-doubt. Upon recognizing mine as saturated with such elements, purification yielded immediate mental relief, revealing how comparisons fueled sentiments of unpreparedness. However, the pursuit of advantage led to sustained vitality, diminishing the influence of doubt rapidly. Integrate reinforcing enhancements. Now, substitute limiting convictions with empowering alternatives, constructing 99% resilient confidence to mute internal discord and maintain steady propulsion toward desires. Core principle. Subconscious engagement transcends coercion. It involves synthesis, neuroscience, and expansive philosophy, evolving beliefs from rudimentary to formidable. Comparable to modernizing obsolete instruments for seamless performance. Employ visualization techniques from foundational texts by affirming, "I navigate challenges proficiently, daily." Following a setback, I adopted this approach, envisioning triumphs and recovered decisively, establishing the side business without prior apprehensions. Primary gain. Motivations propel forward. Witness objectives manifesting as doubts recede. Fortify your cognitive defenses. This phase secures against doubt resurgence, preserving clarity to safeguard your trajectory toward full potential without regrets. Core principle. Maintenance is not drudgery but strategic engagement, incorporating routines that navigate life's turbulence, converting chaos into advancement. Analogous to establishing sentinels around a stronghold, repelling covert threats. Incorporate nightly assessments. Identify and invert nascent doubts. An acquaintance initiated this post-fundamentals approach, intercepting lapses early and sustaining a 21-day commitment to enterprise development. It consolidates prior efforts. Deviations become infrequent. Clarity endures. Elevate to boundless clarity. Ultimately, unify elements for comprehensive mental dominion, attaining equilibrium where endeavors proceed without emotional impediments, absolute resilience driving objectives, potential unbounded. Core principle. Consistent application propels to pinnacle consciousness, not merely participating, but authoring the framework, infinite and fulfilling. Resembling progression from an ancillary role to the architect of the expanse, unlocking all avenues. Maintain a 6-month record, document achievements, and refine them iteratively. My application transformed sporadic initiatives into routine successes, culminating in a business establishment devoid of anxiety. Supreme reward, liberation from confinement, precision and empowerment define existence. In conclusion, overcoming self-doubt demands more than fleeting interventions. It requires re-architecting your internal dynamics via the subconscious mastery framework. You possess the progression: reveal, analyze, integrate, fortify, elevate. Apply it. Examine the aspects and expand upon them. Initiate immediately, and soon reflection will reveal unyielding fortitude, absent lingering regrets. Should an element resonate, respond with your most persistent doubt. We will address it. Advance decisively. Your mind awaits transformation. Thank you for watching the video. For more content, subscribe to my Substack newsletter or grab my Subconscious Mind Reprogramming book.